See, I haven't paid for YouTube, and this is one of the general glitches I've had over and over. Is that there's like, okay, there's a comment. It says two comments. There's probably just mine and no reply, but I don't see it. I don't know why. How many minutes ago was that? It doesn't say. It was at least 20 minutes ago. So 20 minutes ago, I don't have a comment update. You know, some people have commented that I have no views. Honestly, I don't know why, and it doesn't have to be my fault. It really doesn't. It doesn't even have to be YouTube's fault. I mean, you fucking build a giant computer network that thinks it's not going to be easy. You see how everything goes here? Like, it's easy mode manifestors. I'm a fan of them. Yeah, easy mode manifestors. I like word wording. It's pretty simple, but I have like advanced thoughts on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's been fun shifting into my contemporary thinker phase. It's been a lot easier, I feel like. But yeah, this is just one of the many glitches I get. Is like, there's two replies, but nothing. Who knows what they see, right? Is there a universe where I'm famous? Is it different for everybody? Is this just like AI just makes up something for you to see? Like, oh, here you go. You can be the this is happening guy. Right? I have no idea. So yeah. This one's really good. This one. These two top ones are really special, I feel like. Maybe not so much for like me in my life. Like I am sacrificing a lot of my life to do this because like not everyone has. See, I have unique political clout because I'm a nephew of a director and I'm a war hero and I'm a holographic speed painter guy. With great power comes great responsibility. I chose to be responsible, so it's like Rusty loved kids. So I'm like, okay, well, I've heard a baby cry. I hear babies crying in public. How do you have these huge, big, clean streets and all the babies are screaming? And I was searching for it myself because I grew up here, and it's basically that not all humans are equal, some are the slave class. And all the lies about religion, like religions, politics, all that are heaping lies. Usually there's like one thing they want from you and they need you to do it that way for it to work. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's horrible. It's like how they go circumcision, something you do with your hands. It doesn't say you're going to ravagely mutilate your kid's genitals, but that's what happened. But they like humiliated and shamed you into it. But was that on accident? No, they just wanted girls that weren't touched by anybody. They literally, it's like they said God said, but it's totally just one of these dudes who's like, no, I get all the women. I'm going to save them. Hollywood's rife with that lie, right? That the good guy's saving the girl from the bad guy, that the other guy she is with, he wants to hurt her, right? That's totally a chimpanzee doing some turfing, right? Because it's like he's actually as just like a void consciousness. He's equally meritable as the other person. There's no such thing as this is a right person, this is a wrong person. It's the Bible's about sex. It does horrible things to baby P words. Go watch a circumcision surgery. Listen to the sounds. You have to talk about it because you guys are doing it too much. It's actually a problem, and you need to help me stop it. So, anyway, if you want something to do, save baby dicks, please. It'll be a while, but one time there'll be young men growing up thanking you. I swear they'll be grateful, real gratitude for once, not that fake stuff you're commanded to do. See, it's like it's clean and beautiful because it's commanded by law, and they train you on words to be immediately responsive. So it's like dog stuff. They want it to be like it's said, and they want this for spell casting. So they do things like, drug control is for exclusivity. It is. Yeah, some drugs are poisons that will ruin your body, but some drugs are actually like mystically enlightened tokens that you have to be like freaking lucky to find. And they actually do things like supreme reality control, and that's a secret that was kept. They kept that secret that it can trigger like basically like a mystical event. And so it's like if you keep all those powerful neurochemicals, which do things that are quantum and very interesting, if you keep all of them for yourself, no one else has anything. Like when I accused the government of having electric rocks, they actually showed me. They showed me a trailer pulling a device that was completely isolated from everything, shooting sparks out of it just on the road, like almost a day later. So yeah, there's like a secret government whose plan was to use this, and I think it was just really just for sex. This is really bad. That's why we got C-worded, and it's all just so they can have like their good times. You know what I mean? So yeah, it sucks. Earth is terrible right now. It's literally the worst it could ever be. And some people have accused me of like, don't start that. If you think it'll happen, you'll manifest it. And I go, the C word situation is thousands of years old. Marcus Aurelius warned you about this, you know? So you need to, if whoever's doing it is the children of the people who set it up, you need to give them a way to try to rejoin us. But if they refuse and they say it's more domination, we have to start a war and try to defeat them. Because I'm tired of, I'm tired of the C word stuff. I'm tired of it. I'm absolutely over everything they have planned for us, because it was all mean, chimpish. You see chimpanzees, you ever see chimpanzees laughing? That's like government planners. It is. You think it's not, but it's freaking horrible. So yeah, beware. It's ouch. It's ouch on the ouch. So yeah, I wish I had different news, but you should just say what really happened. Don't say what you want to have happened. Say what really happened, which was just like, because they want you to say it's nice so the freaking suspicion disappears. The more you say you're happy, and the more you repeat their words and listen to their words, you just get put under a spell, like a genjutsu, like a hoax, right? So, yeah. It's urgent that I get heard for the longevity of your survival, because like the religious books promise you'll suffer. You don't think they're not poisoning you? Because if your goal is women, like if they're circumcising baby boys and your goal is women, then they want you to feel as bad as possible, so it's hell. They want it to be hell here, so when they rescue, quote, rescue their victim thinks they've been saved. And they're now in the presence of the Heavenly Father who's going to take care of all their needs, right? So, yeah, it's like one of the things, when I first started getting suspicious, because I was like beaten to and so manipulated like so many people, they don't even know something's happened. What was I talking about? I can't remember. Anyway. But, one of the times I started getting suspicious is I was doing long-term meditation, and I really left huge gaps of time, and I got all sorts of paranormal, bizarre visits that I thought were very convincing, you know what I mean? And, this was real serious practice. And what I found is the Lord does not come like a thief in the night. And it was just such a And there were all these things like my visions and stuff like that. When I threw it off, my headspace opened, and someone on earth is using us. And worldwide circumcision is the proof, and it's about sex with girls. And so everything they said is a lie. America's a hoax. Freaking, the history is probably a lie. Like, if people were smoking weed 300,000 years ago, allegedly, when do you think they were digging underground gold mines? 100,000 years? If they were digging underground gold mines 100,000 years ago, do you think there could be secret societies underground? Do you think there could be, It's scary. It's scary to consider. You see these 3 views, 5 likes? I have one earlier that was 14 views, 14 likes. It has since changed, I think. Yeah, it went up and then the likes went down. I lost a like. It's like I'm getting machine AI. It's probably what I was hoping is I tell police anytime I see them and stuff like that, I'll give them this theory, and they usually just listen. They don't ask for any information. They go, I've never had any of them do anything weird to me. They always they really listen to it openly, because they probably got C-worded, right? And nobody explains it. Santa Claus, Halloween, Coneheads, The Ring. These are all circumcision references. They're humiliating your cock because they need these girls to believe they're the guy. And they went as far as chemicals. They went as far as chemical oppression. So yeah, it's I don't look down on people breeding, but if you're having kids, you don't understand who you are. You're making a fucking slave for people who are absolutely horrible. That's the truth. And it's there's no other option but war or suicide. And yeah. It is a fact that they put circumcision in every religion, and it's a fact syphilis sounds like something a man would say to someone he disrespected, right? You wouldn't get it. You're just a syphilitic. It's just what he's saying is, don't touch my girl before I get her, because it's one of those things that's instinctual in men. If you know men, when will men kill each other over women? Okay, so did the government, yes or no, cut all the kids' dicks off? They did. That's the history. They actually surgically altered all the baby penises in ways that no other mammal looks like. So does that mean they are letting people be free in their great society they built? Or does that mean you're just shackled and blood magicked into some soul reincarnation scheme serving some super pedo whose ideas are so great you wouldn't get them, you wouldn't understand his vast thoughts of knowledge? You know what I mean? All the girls are mine times F your wiener. You know what I mean? There's a time in chimpanzee societies for, using knives to alter each other's genitals, which is absolutely horrible, and that's like the worst karma to behold. It is. To receive that, that's sad. My dad has Down syndrome. He's got like these like cracks on his tongue that only people with chromosome disorders have. Yeah, it's sad. Like, you talk about what I got trash, man. I got trash. The truth with trash is it'll never get better. But you can stop caring about it. And that's not going to help, but you don't care anymore, so that's fine. So, yeah, don't pass off shitty gifts, you know what I mean? I can do this art, but I know it's chimpanzee auto writing. I know any of you can do it. I know that, like, facts from the moon. So, yeah. Yeah, it's sad being me, but it's sad being a lot of us. I resented the fakes, and I became a fake too sometimes. But the truth is, if you were born on the surface eating grocery store food, N-word, it doesn't matter how big you are, you had the same Cheerios we did, you know what I mean? And whoever did it to us, I think, is like an other racer. You know how you have like black, Asian, white, Mexican people, shit like that? I think whoever did it to us is an other. We're either not used to seeing or not used to knowing who they are. And I thought it could be Asia because they do ball cutting. Yeah, I used to think it was like Africa, and then I was like, oh, Sweden. And I was like, no, that's too convenient. And I was like, okay, well, Buddhism cut off balls and made women wrap their feet. So who is preying on Asian females for like the tiny dainty? Because that's about big dick. Anorexia and circumcision is about my dick is huge. It is. And they act like they got out of it, and they act like God silenced it, and both are lies. God was the epitome of the oppression of only that. It was about, like, getting first dibs on emotionally connectable, high-quality women. It was. And it's just, like, their idea, right? Of circumcise all the boys. What's that mean? It's a savage dick rape. Do you think he cares about you if you're doing that to you? No, he doesn't care about you at all. You're nothing but a cow to him. Do you see these people letting the cows out of the pens? Never. That cow's there till he's food, and if they try to escape, they'll say no. You know what I mean? That's the time it is. So, yeah. If you're saying kumbaya, if you notice in life, all of my hallelujahs were sarcastic. Every time I was like, oh, yay, it was always like so fucking shitty. It's just like, can you believe this? The creator made it only enough for one person at a time. He did. You're either a winner or a loser. Did you come out the right womb? Do you have harems in a gold mine? If the answer is no, oh, whoops. You lost. You lost really bad. Times a knife, times taxation, economy, poisons, chemicals. You can't feel good because then you might like it here. Because feeling good's a manifestational power. If you feel good, you can actually gain psychic dominance, which they wanted to prevent. So, yeah. It's pretty scary. I have no options, but I saw myself as the perfect messenger against this because I don't know who's aware, but I'm definitely aware that what they wrote in the major religions is a hoax, like a spider trap, and that the purposes is like sex slavery, and so that's the real government. Everything else is fake. The real government's Super Pedo Island. If you're cutting off baby dicks, you're only doing one thing with girls, and I guarantee it's not nice. It's probably they're used for something. It can't be. I don't like it. Is that my planet? No. I don't want to live there. And one of the things the aliens who told me about this said is they said I was innocent. They said I had nothing to do with it. So it's kind of like with billions of people being victims. Yeah, some people were past super pedos, but not everybody, and I was one of them. They told me specifically, they're like, you were actually innocent. You didn't do anything. So it was like, that's one of the reasons I have such power too, is I can cry foul, and like real cosmic authority will hear it. Like, yes, you are doing that, but I mean, it's like using super beings to argue about what's right to do with. You should read like Buddhist spellcasting, because people definitely do magic spells like I have 20,000 slaves, and then they look around and look for it and they go, where's the universe giving me my slaves? You know what I mean? And so people have done that before. That's what the dollar is. That's what all that stuff are. That's what God is. God is about a seal that binds you and your soul to be their slaves forever. They'll even tell you, you get eternal servitude. You're likely going to hell. You'll just be put in fire. You know, it's just like all these things that are just like the mainstay religion, and they circumcise your body They cut pieces off your wiener. And it's not for being there, it's because they want to. They actually don't want to miss. They don't want one person to get away because they want these virgin girls for their parties. And that's really like Rome. That's really like, you ever hear the phrase holy moly? You ever wonder what holy moly means? Yeah. Scary stuff. This is the darkest of the dark that I know. And that's just our species. I don't even know what else has happened. But yeah, life's tough. I don't pray to the creator, but like I think the creator should definitely consider what it's like to exist. And they should definitely do things that are less like horrible and more like sustained, oh that's nice, I'm glad I'm here. You know what I mean? The whole you win some, you lose some thing is only alleged. The fact that I'll reincarnate is only alleged. The fact that I had another life is only alleged. I could be a hoax unto myself. You know what I mean? I could have no afterlife, which is why they stole your life. The reason they were so keen to circumcise you and make you a slave is that this is the only life they had and they were going to party. They were not going to let you have anything else. Are you going to let someone touch your girl? No. You're going to cut his fucking kid's dick off and tell him it's illegal, God said. That's what they did. That's what they physically did. That's what they did with their time and their energy and their churches and their words and in all the corners and all the doctors and all the hospitals everywhere. There's these dens of these knife worlds that are after your junk. Your junk better not work right or the freaking whoever is unhappy. The Most High. I guarantee it's like hoard all the super conscious drugs and just take them and get superhuman bodies. That's why they do the Son of God and the Son of Man. You're the Son of Man, loins of flame. The Son of God, you're not like him. You wouldn't get him, but you'll see him one day. He's the Heavenly Father, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's really cheesy, shitty, fake stuff, just like giving some sort of like weird secret elite breeding scheme privacy. Like when the government's telling you about private property and privacy laws, beware. They're talking about like anyone selling you rights has taken a couple. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I consider school hypnotism, I consider all the food poison. I think the religions are, dick gouting. And I think it's just so that someone somewhere can have all this stuff safely and at last. You know what I mean? And it's because if you plan on having all the things, like all the women or all the stuff, you're not going to give them an equitable deal. You're not. And you're going to ruse it. You're going to be like, here we are, free at last, right? Like Santa Claus, the next Santa Claus is the voting happened. The government's fake. They put kids in a literal cash farm. They ruin your mind with repetitive phrases about nonsense. And they make you do tasks to violate your home life with work. They teach you that your personal time is about slavery to them. Overtly, right in your face, but they just don't tell you they're doing it. They say, we're all having a great time now. This is so we're not cavemen anymore, right? Remember I mentioned the fake history that you only think we got going out of the Stone Age? You ever see Mass Effect? You ever see Jade Empire? We taught them wrong on purpose as a joke. Mass Effect, the Reapers come back every once in a while to pick everything up. You know these wars that always happen in these countries they organize? It's just go off to die, dummy, while we pick up your girlfriend. Do you think guys like guys? Do guys like guys? No. Guys think guys are absolutely trash. If it's not the guy specifically, the other guy is absolutely worthless and he should die. He's in the wrong game. You know what I mean? So with the private secret super winners of like the gold empires, by the way, there's human families on Earth who've owned miles of gold mines for thousands of years. Does your family own miles of gold mines for thousands of years? If not, you don't really know who we're talking about, right? You don't really know what type of life they live. Neither do I, to be fair, but I see their influence in horrendous things I've been forced to endure. Yeah. Sure, the male breeding pattern's horrendous. Oh, I love her. Oh, we're together, please. And like shutting him down early might be keen, but what life is that to a little boy? And didn't you hear the screaming? God didn't say in a book that came out of a printer. Somebody who needed to be God said, and that was about women. Yeah, so you don't go through with actually circumcising everybody, which they're gonna lie and say it only happened here. No, it happened all over the world right now. You don't go through with actually circumcising everybody, and then not abduct women for private harems. I'm telling you, they do. And the only places you can hide them are mirrored skyscrapers, mountain bunkers, and underground bunkers. all of which gold miners have had access to hundreds of miles of for thousands of years. Did you know there's 700,000 miles of undersea cables? 700,000 miles of undersea cabling. Do you think there could be a pedo bunker filled with all the frickin' girls they stole somewhere with a bunch of government people going, oh, please don't let them know? They're the government. Whatever you think you voted for was a lie. That's the thing that tells you you're wrong and tells you how much you fucking owe them. Yeah, it's totally a slave hoax. Make them obey the leash pulling and we'll take it's like what it costs to be peaceful and free here is a circumcision and immediate obedience to words like dogs. And the thing is that if you give them that at all, which they want, these are people who snap, come here, and they want you to stand at them. They want you to tell them they're God. They want you to worship them. They want these girls to suckle on their bodies. They want private harems of women to love them. And the only way to put that together, honestly, is you have to steal them and hold them against their will. It's the only way you do that. Did they or did they not circumcise everybody? They did. Has it or has it not been in every religion across the world? Allegedly, it has. When did it get started? I've considered World War I was when America went across the world and established a Christian hoax to cut everyone's dicks off, and everything else was a lie. There could be any mystery, but I know for sure it's sus. It's sus. Why you gotta do that to a baby? The young man's dick wouldn't activate till he was 12 or 14. You can't know a little girl when you're a little boy? Well, they made that illegal because that little girl might miss him and might feel like she'd been robbed from somewhere. So they told her, don't trust him. And they told him, don't trust her. Why? We don't want you knowing each other. That's because what they're thinking is, what if they like her? Right? Yeah, it's Trash Planet. It's the fucking pedo cave. The apes of Trash Planet. Get ready to fucking do nothing with your life